Good morning and happy end of August. It's almost September, which means I'm gonna have some September or just fall themed art that I'm gonna be making. And I haven't really finished my collection of summer paintings that I wanted to finish before summer was over. I don't know why, I just like to work kind of with the seasons. Weather inspires me. But I wanted to try and finish at least one of my summer paintings, and it's mostly done. Let me get that open. Okay, so this is the painting that I want to try and finish. I thought it would be kind of fun to have like a coming home, like if you were coming home from like camping or just from driving around. I kind of live next to a national park, and so like driving through thick trees or as it starts to get dark outside is just a vibe that I enjoy. But I had the thought to kind of combine that with my fairy type things, and this is kind of what I've got. Obviously the fairy is not done yet. She's just a little sketch just so I could remember what I was doing with this. But yeah, I thought it would help me if I could like figure out what she looked like just quickly before I finished her up. And yeah, so that's what I want to do. I do kind of want her to be brightly colored because I want her to like stand out against all of the blue and the purple. Yeah, so let's do that. I feel like I don't always want or need to like completely figure out what a character looks like before I put them in a painting, especially when you don't really see them that well, but I kind of want to do that and just kind of get a better feel for what she looks like, even though you really are going to only see her face and like her shoulders and maybe her shoes. But that said, I think it'd still be nice just to kind of sketch her out for a minute. So let's do. I do want her to have pretty long pointy ears because I think that'll be fun in the image with the perspective that we've got. So get that bright color in there. Just grabbed a random one and we can adjust it. I do want her to look a little bit kind of like how our flame fire pixie was. Just a little different from the last video. I mean the flame fire pixie from the last video. She's gonna have a similar color, just a little bit of a different vibe, but still be kind of glowy because I really wanted to be glowing against that background. So I think this is very roughly kind of what I was imagining for her. Actually, I think it would be good if we had our little reference up. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Here's our reference in there. And actually, let's give her a little bit more of a glow just on an add layer, and we'll... So very like golden. So I was also thinking maybe it would be kind of fun to go the opposite direction and make her maybe silvery and moonlit, kind of more of that vibe. Instead of like the golden like contrast, we'd have like a silver thing that was a little bit more, well, let's just do it and see. And then I would absolutely, just that she stood out from the background, I would need to make sure that she was like really, okay, not that glowy, you wouldn't be able to see her, but really like lit from within, silvery, glowy. And on both of them I think I would want like little sparkly spots. And maybe she even has eyes are opposite, you know what I mean? And so she would have like eyes that kind of matched more the background, so more purple and blue, and she would have more orange. I mean, we're only having one actually in here, but or even like this pink that the moon is here. Maybe she's got pink instead. I'm just worried that she's not gonna really stand out in the picture unless she's really fairly vibrant, but let's try. I think I might try this one first, but maybe we still think we keep this one in our brains, like the more bluey purple one. And yeah, so let's try this together. Or not together, I mean, I'm really scatterbrained. We're gonna start putting her in the picture and see if we like the more golden or the more silvery moonlight looking feel of things. All right, so here is our picture. I made the mirror, like I made it a little bit lighter so we could see our sketch a little bit better while sketching. And I flipped the canvas, which is why that text is backwards. But let's kind of get our main sketch down, because I think the general shape of her, I kind of already know. It's going to be pretty simple. It's mostly the colors that I wanted to figure out. But let's sketch the shape. And apparently I'm on a hidden layer. And I do want her to be like looking forward, and not like at you, is kind of my idea. I don't know, would it be kind of fun if she was looking like at you? Maybe. I changed my mind. I do want that. I do want her to look. Okay, because my idea for this was that, because I think if she was this close to the mirror, you'd probably see her right here. And I was thinking that it would be kind of fun if you could only see her reflection and you couldn't see her like in real life, was my thought process, but we'll see. And the other shoulder, and like the perspective of the arms that I've got to polish up and figure out. The other hand, thumb. It's the perspective that we've got to figure out with this head, and like the legs. So I think this, you would be able to see her knee here. That's like the crease of the inside of her knee, and then her leg, and then you'd see her foot here. Wait, big toe on the inside, not the outside. And then the other leg would probably, I want it to be a little higher. So the inside of the knee is here, and then heel, foot, and that might even be a little too high. So if we squish them, maybe it'll be more like about the height I was thinking. Then we have to figure out what we want to do with her hair. Like, because I don't want it to block a lot of stuff, but it's gonna be flying really fast. And the wings would be like here and here. And I'm gonna have to like blur those wings so that they look like they're flapping. Because I do want her to look like she's going really fast, because I mean, this car is at least going probably 40 or 50. I'm trying to remember what the speed limit is on the roads by my house, but it's going pretty fast. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the sketch again and kind of refine it. Maybe even flip the canvas back, see if we need to scooch anything. I wonder even if we swap her legs, if that would look better, so that we've got like the car, our legs, and it goes down like that instead. I think I do like that better. Get her eyes drawn. I think I need to scoot it in just a little. Give her some good determined eyebrows. And I actually might move her eye in even just a little bit more. And shrink them a bit. I think I made them a little too big. Let's see. And the arm, I think like this would be the elbow. And then, let's see, the thumb and her finger, something like that. I do have a reference image I'm using, by the way. I'm not just coming up with this foreshortening on my own. I need help. So, I do have a reference image. I don't think I mentioned. Let's see. So we've got arm, wrist, something like that. And the hand again. Finger and the legs. Heel, pad of the foot, and big toe. And I think that is our basic fairy. And then just her hair that's going so fast. Whipping behind her. I think we need like a bigger shape right here. Oh, I forgot her ears. That's important. Kind of figure out where her ears would be. I think that's about where they would be. But I do think I want to kind of have her face looking down just a little bit more. And this ear I think would be squished a bit more as well. Not squished, but a little bit, you wouldn't be able to see it quite as much. And this one I think is a little long. She's got her leaf dress or whatever she's made her dress out of. Maybe coming off to the side. Maybe you just see it there. Okay. So I think that's basically what we're doing. I kind of want to do a little bit more with her hair though. Actually, because I don't really love the shape of it yet. Okay, I do think I like that better. And her wings. I'm just going to kind of mark off where they would be because I think we're not really going to be able to see them super well because she's flapping them, so they're gonna be like a little bit blurry. We'll just kind of mark off where they would be just so that we remember. I'm gonna go in and erase in some of these areas, like where her hair covers. I also wonder with her hair if some of it is like whipping in other directions. Maybe some got caught up in the front. Okay, I think I do like that more. Now I'm gonna refine this for our final line art for her, and then we'll work on our colors. I also think I want to make her just a bit bigger in the mirror, maybe about there. I think I do like that. And I am gonna use the thin shell brush that I made. It's just the shell brush, but it goes smaller. Well, I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or if I do want to keep it a little bit softer. Maybe we try a little bit softer. We can always go over it again if I don't like it. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. I'm gonna go back in and add a little bit of darker areas anywhere where a bunch of lines connect. I just think that it helps the image stand out a little bit. So I'm gonna do that real fast. All right, so I think our line art is done. So let's start playing around with, well, let me merge all of the line art together and then let's play with colors. All right, so now let's try and decide what colors to do. I just put the pieces down gray so that we could just go in and fill them in like this and just, nope, that didn't work. Why isn't that working? I'm not hitting the right spot, that's why. Like this. Come on, come on. Okay, boom. Yeah, so let's first try the silvery one because I kind of think I'm gonna go with the gold one, but let's try the silver first and just kind of see how she stands out against everything, because I'm worried that she's not going to be able to. And then we would have make her glow. She would have sparkles. And I just don't know if it really stands out the way that I want still. Because she does obviously stand out because she's a lot brighter, maybe even too much brighter than the surroundings. And maybe I do need to like add in a little bit more of like the pink. Oh, I'm still on my sparkle brush. Oh, it's just a medium blend. Kind of add a little bit more pink tones to her and, you know, darker tones, lighter tones, till it kind of fit. But let's try, wonder if I have enough. I do have enough space. I'm just gonna duplicate all of that and we're gonna make it more of the gold, which was the like original vision. And that's a pretty messy example of what the wings look like, but just to kind of give us our full perspective. So like this would be the blue fairy, silver fairy, and this would be the gold fairy. And I do want to stick with the gold, I think. Also, I can't decide if I want to keep the power line or get rid of the power line. That's what I've been trying to decide. Let's play without it for a little while and see if I like that better. But yeah, let's actually get our colors in for our fairy. I might even just use these for now and go on top of them. Also, what would she look like if her hair was darker? I'm not sure. I think I do like the light hair for this to kind of add to the glowy. But I'm gonna go in and work on just like softly rendering her. I'm not gonna render her a ton, I don't think, but we'll check back then. Okay, so I was playing around with other layers on top just to like see what I liked, and I was flipping through these darkening ones and I actually kind of like the dark like burnt light kind of a look. I might incorporate that, and also it kind of does give it a little bit more of a pinky tinge, which fits, you know, our light over here in a way that I like. So I think I might do that. I'm gonna continue drawing, like filling in the colors and everything as is, and then I think I'm gonna try and apply that and then go back over everything and try that. Alright, so that's kind of what we've got so far. I'm trying to decide if it would make sense if she were in the reflection in the mirror, like her little glowy would be kind of reflected here, or if that would throw off the fact that she can only be seen in the mirror. I'm not sure. I'd probably have, well, let's get a different brush and just kind of, I mean, block out just her glowiness, I think. And then probably, oh, I've reached the limit of my layers. All right, then adding a bit of that shine, reflection in places. I think about like that. And I wonder, I feel like I need something here. But I'm trying to decide against that power line though, because let me dig through all my layers, bring the power line back. Maybe I just don't like the height. Maybe if it were lower, I'd like that better. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about the power line because I like the sky being pretty clear and visible. But I just feel like there's too much empty space here, and I don't know. But I can't think of anything I want to put there. Really. I guess I could try putting more detail into the mountain or something. Like that might be what I think this needs, maybe. Or, I don't know, I do like that. I think I'm gonna keep that. I also was trying to consider putting like little glowy bits out here, kind of among the trees, to kind of make it seem like there were more fairies out there just hanging out. So that is another option, but that might be, I don't know, I feel like there is a point when things get too busy and I don't want to do that. Because maybe if I have those and then I have softer sparkles just around the whole thing, except for probably not like this, because this is like a little bit more pixely than I really intended. Or maybe I even just need to play with like a little bit of texture. Like I made this dot brush, maybe I should use it and add a little in some places just for a little bit of visual interest, you know. Sometimes that's all you need, but not that. I don't like that. I do kind of like that on the car though. I just had a thought, those little fairies in the distance wouldn't work if she could only be seen in the reflection of the mirror, so I'd have to take those away. Where are they? I've just been randomly placing. I think they're down here. Yeah, right there. So maybe what I do instead is maybe I just add a little bit more detail to these trees, maybe. And maybe that's all that is needed to kind of make that space feel full. Maybe I do have a few little sparklies, but not with the idea that they're fairies. So I think I'm happy. I think I might even be done. Let me save it out and then we'll take a better look at it. And not that I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna save it and just close my eyes and look at it again and see if I feel like it's done or not. Well, I think that is everything for this painting, and I'll put it up on the screen right there. I'm pretty happy with it. I think that it's not exactly how I was imagining it originally, but I like where we ended up anyway, so I am gonna keep it like this. I'm really happy to finally finish one of my more summer themed paintings. It's not quite summer, like bright, sunny, watery that I normally think of. I wanted to make something that kind of felt almost nostalgic and nighttime and I don't know, just kind of fun and like a mix of modern day things like the car with a fantasy element, but almost like the fantasy element was still technically hidden within that world where like no one really sees it. And then I also thought it would be kind of cute that the fairy is in the rearview mirror where it says underneath it that objects in the mirror are closer than they appear, like fairies are closer than they appear, but you can't always see them because you can only see it in the reflection and not also like out the window. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of fun and interesting. I've been sitting on this painting forever and I just hadn't finished it. I had like almost everything else done with it except for finishing the actual fairy part. So oops. But I am finished now, so thank you for letting me finish that. I might do this more because I am sitting on probably 100 paintings that I have started and not finished, or I wrote down like the quick thumbnail sketch so that I remember to do it later and I just haven't touched it, and I feel so ridiculous about that. I want to finish some of my like paintings and I might do that more so that I can get them done and out of the way. But anyway, because I always like to start new ones. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching and I will see you next week.